Hey everybody, it's Chad Hyams again with another Life Spark this week, and I've brought with me one of my coaches, and that's Lanny. Everybody say hi to Lanny. I know he can't hear you. It's obviously a video. Lanny is the owner of Hard Exercise Works, HEW Roswell. That's where I work out at the gym every morning. So Lanny is definitely one of my coaches in the area of health, and I know he's got a lot of things to share with you. So Lanny, let's give everybody that one little spark that could change something in their world immediately. What is it that you want to share with everybody out there?
Yeah, Chad, so thanks. I guess there's a couple things. So not to take your life spark and turn life sparks, but it's kind of a train of thought. And the first thing is set goals, make a plan to achieve those goals, and then don't make excuses. So that's kind of a plan that applies to the gym, but I think can be relevant for everyone outside the gym as well in their everyday life.
Absolutely. So let's break that down a little bit, Lanny, because you just gave three probably life sparks on their own, like you said. First one, you said set a goal. So how do you go about setting a goal, especially with somebody in the gym that they could then take and apply to their own health life or their real world?
Yeah. So when we think about setting goals, if you've heard the concept of the SMART goal, it's an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So for me, if I'm a runner and I'm just starting out running, my goal shouldn't be, I'm going to run a 4-minute mile, right? That's a little bit too lofty and it may not even be attainable for me. So I might set something like, if I'm currently running an 8-minute mile, I'm going to try to run a 7-minute mile because I know I can measure that. And I'm pretty certain that's attainable because it's pretty reasonable. It's realistic. I'm not trying to run, an Olympic pace. And I'm going to say, I want to try to do this in the next 2 months. So set something that you know you can accomplish, that's attainable, that you can do it in a reasonable amount of time. So you get that milestone of, hey, I accomplished this one thing. So now let me set another goal. So that's a great example of one that you can set, whether it be in the gym or on your own, or it doesn't even have to be a physical fitness goal. It can be a work goal, a life goal, or a school goal.
Awesome. Okay, so then you said we needed a plan to go with it. So talk to me a little bit about that. I've got this goal now. What would you say?
Right. So, and this is a great opportunity to ask for help, right? So when I say make a plan, I might be a runner who's just starting into fitness, and maybe I'm, not the speediest person. I'm running a 10-minute mile, and I know basically to run, all I got to do is put one foot in front of the other. But believe it or not, there are techniques to running and building endurance and building speed and building stamina. I may not have that information, right? So I may need to Google it, or find a running coach, or find a mentor outside in the business world. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Figure out a way to help you go from where you are to where you want to be.
Okay, so we've set a goal, we've set a plan. Now, I heard you say one of our favorite things. I say this to people all times in different wording. A lot of people who are watching this video have probably heard this lesson before, and that's stop having excuses. So talk a little bit about your thoughts on that, Lanny.
Yeah, so something that we actually have on the wall of our gym, it's a saying that says you can have results or excuses, but you can't have both. So if you're gonna set a goal and you've got a plan towards it, don't make excuses to either not start working towards your goal, or to give yourself an excuse out of working towards your goal. A great example, and I'll just give a couple examples of what I hear in the gym a lot. And these are kind of bigger excuses why someone may not start in the gym, or how they might get tripped up getting started on their fitness journey. One is, man, I want to get to the gym, but I don't have enough time, right? So think about it this way. I've got a whole sheet here of stats, and I've seen it on the internet. But I'm gonna break it down really quick. There's 168 hours in a week. Okay, you can do the math, 24 times 7. Let's say you sleep 8 hours a day. That's 56 hours. And let's say you spend 40 hours at work. That's 8 hours a day, right? You got 10 hours to eat, essentially, 8 hours to get stuff down around the house in chores. Another 8 hours to do the things you got to do in the bathroom. So showering, brushing your teeth, all that stuff, right? We're being really specific here. Yep. And 6 hours in your car every day commuting, maybe more if you're in Atlanta, maybe less if you're somewhere else. That leaves 40 hours unaccounted for, right? So all we're asking for is, at least in our gym, 5 days a week, 1 hour a day. That's 5 hours out of 40 that you don't have accounted for. So using the excuse, I don't have time, if you break it down, that's not really an excuse. You're looking for a way out. So think about that. Another thing we hear is, gyms can be kind of expensive. Well, think of it in terms of value, right? So if you think about, a gym membership, I'll be honest, ours is on the reasonable side for group fitness classes. It's about $150 a month, right? So just break that down. let's say you're the type of person who you've set a goal. You want to get in better shape. You want to work out. You want to get more fit. You want to lose weight, whatever. And you say, well, I don't really have the money right now to spend on a gym. Now, let's say part of your daily habit is you go to Starbucks for a fancy coffee drink, right? That's at least $5 a day. And if you go every day, 5 times 25 times 4, that's $100 a month. And let's say that you also make a habit of going to lunch every day. Let's say that you're being okay and you're going to Chick-fil-A. So you're spending about $10 a day, right? If your goal is to get in better shape, maybe lose weight, the better choice would be to pack your own lunch, right? So you can do that for way cheaper. Let's just be conservative and say $5 a day to pack your lunch. So again, you're saving $5 a day times 5 times 4. That's another $100. That's $200 a month. So right there, we've blown that excuse out of the water. So there is time. You can find the money. That's just for the gym world. So think about anything else that you do with work or school, for your family. Stop making excuses. If you want results, you can't have excuses. You can't have it both ways.
Awesome. Love it, Lanny. Setting a goal, having a plan to make it happen, and coming up with a reason to get your excuses out of the way. Because if the goal really matters to you, and if it's truly important, you'll never let an excuse stop you from getting there. It's great that you shared all these things in the relation in the world of the health that we know, that I know you from, where you were one of my coaches. And at the same time, it is so applicable to everything, whether it's relationship, whether it's their job, whether it's their family, whatever it's going to be. Thanks for sharing with everybody today for our Life Spark, Lanny.
Thanks for having me, Chad. I appreciate it. Thanks.